As outlined in the Wichita Downtown Master Plan, Catalyst Site 9 has a prime location between the Central Business District, Intrust Arena, Old Town, and Douglas Avenue. We propose a program that facilitates the connections between these attractors, as well as building a new active node in the downtown network. To achieve this, we will outline a four-part plan. First, the renovation of Douglas Avenue and adjacent laneways will introduce pedestrian routes and provide linkage through the site. 2 new buildings will take the place of city-owned parking lots, filling in gaps in the street front and bringing activity and life to the area. A new public space will offer Wichita a unique communal experience, utilizing a neglected historic resource, as well as connecting Old Town to the arena. And finally, to build momentum for these projects, we will propose a series of tactical events aimed at shifting public opinions of the area and building impetus for change. The improvements will begin with transforming Douglas Avenue into a thriving urban thoroughfare. The new street section will preserve the pedestrian through zone, which is the primary accessible pathway that ensures pedestrians have a safe and enjoyable place to walk. An enhancement buffer zone would be added between the pedestrian zone and the roadway. This area would include trees, benches, bicycle parking, and bioswales. A median planter would separate the opposing directions of traffic, providing refuge for pedestrians crossing the street, as well as calming traffic and aesthetically improving the street. And finally, an expanded sidewalk frontage zone bordering the buildings would function as an extension of the building, enhancing the streetscape as well as being a resource for local businesses. A successful renovation of this prominent section of Douglas will act as a template for the rest of downtown, as problems can be fixed and successes replicated. The success of this stretch of street could also help convince the public of the value of renovating Douglas all the way to the river. Located at a logical stopping place for commuters bicycling from the suburbs to downtown, the Douglas Railway Underpass could provide space for a bicycle service station. Secure bike storage, showers, and a repair station will be provided as a free incentive to encourage people to bike rather than drive, and the increased activity in this area would make it a more inviting place to walk through. Building on historic connections with neon production, an art installation could transform this space from a pedestrian barrier to an attractor. Involving a local artist would also strengthen community investment in the project. Installing light tubes through the railway deck would bring natural light down from above during the day. Currently a surface parking lot between Rock Island and Mosley, this site holds a prominent position on Douglas, and it has the potential of becoming a gateway to Old Town. Meeting the needs of local residents as well as attracting suburbanites, a culinary one-stop shop could be a catalyst for the whole neighborhood. The ground floor program includes a gourmet market that would supply food staples to residents of Old Town, as well as gourmet items not found anywhere else in the city. A higher-end restaurant would bring locals, visitors, and suburbanites downtown by offering a unique dining experience for dinner and lunch. And a food hall would give office workers a place to get takeaway or eat-in lunch options, as well as a place to stop for a morning coffee and pastry on the way to work. By targeting multiple markets throughout the day, a constant level of activity can be achieved on the site. By wrapping the ground level with retail and activity on all 4 sides, people will be motivated to walk between the shops and continue into Old Town. An internal laneway enables that walkable experience no matter the weather and connects Douglas to the improved laneway running along the north of the site. Easy access and visibility from all modes of transport will strengthen the ground level businesses. At ground level, all 4 facades offer pedestrians shelter from the elements through overhangs and opportunities to enter the building. In pleasant weather, the businesses can utilize the frontage zone under the overhang to offer outdoor seating, further activating the Douglas street front. The existing pedestrian alleyway will be improved with plantings and seating and extended down to connect with Building Site 2 to the west. 3 residential levels are separated from the smells and noises of the ground floor by a resident parking level. Targeted at young professionals, the apartment mix includes 18 studio apartments, 15 one-bedrooms, and 9 two-bedrooms. The residential block is set back on the north side, creating rooftop garden space for residents. The setback minimizes the scale of the building in relation to the surrounding historical buildings, as well as maximizing sunlight access to the laneway and neighboring businesses. In the morning and evening, residents add activity and eyes on the street, while retail and restaurants enliven the day and evening, creating a 24-hour street. Activity is translated and balanced across Douglas by animating the Wichita Eagle facade through projection mapping. The blank face can tell the story of the printing process and become a local landmark. In conjunction with the projection, a perforated brick facade surrounding the parking level of the new building allows the building to be a 24-hour wayfinding beacon to Old Town. During the day, the brick blends into the historic fabric, but at night the building will glow with an inner life. The northeast corner of East Douglas Avenue and North Meade Street is located at the edge of the active and popular Old Town neighborhood, and as such is ideal for the mixed-use retail and residential. The current parking will be lowered below street level and will be supplemented by additional parking garages being built in more suitable sites. The sub-level space would also contain laundry and available storage space for the tenants. At street level, retail will benefit from the major thoroughfare of East Douglas Avenue and the improved streetscape that will connect pedestrians to retail along the newly improved St. Francis Street in Old Town. The target demographic is looking for unique places to hang out independently or socialize in small groups. Retail in this location should focus on unique clothing retail, coffee shops, used bookstores, and art galleries. Any combination of these shops would be ideal. The improved streetscape along Douglas will be further enhanced with the raised public patio that is nestled between the new apartments and the current Player Piano building. The raised patio will be level with the railroad and the new proposed park, providing views of Douglas Avenue and the square in front of Union Station. The patio will become a gathering space for local tenants for activities throughout the year. A covered structure on the patio will replicate the profile of the old Union Station platform to tie the two locations visually and will provide a public refuge from the heat of summer and the cold of winter. The 4 residential floors would consist of studio units that would cater to young professionals and artists needing only modest space. Tenants will have access to the patio and an indoor communal kitchen located on the second floor. Both apartment and retail tenants will benefit from an on-site property management office located on the ground floor. The catalytic power of well-designed public space is immense. So are the opportunities to create such a space atop the Union Station rail line platform. The Prairie Line Park will be a public space in the middle of an abundance of activity and will act as a connector between events, retail, and Old Town. A measure of a good public space is the variety of users it can accommodate, whether that be passing through, coming for the amenities of the park, or to visit the restaurants and shops in Union Station. The design and programming of the new park will draw its influence from the rail culture of Wichita and the landscape of Greater Kansas. Situated in the prairie grass lands of the park is the Boxcar Stage, open for music performances, public events, and it makes a great place for kids to play. Shaded by the cottonwood trees, a manicured lawn slopes out from the tall grasses, providing a place for picnics or a relaxing moment. New development in Union Station provides a space for new, hip, retro storefronts. The west facade of Union Station now has the opportunity to be activated with new retail and restaurants with a patio space that opens onto the park. A train viewing platform where visitors can experience the passing trains will draw children and families to the park. When trains aren't passing by, a visit to the Great Plains Transportation Museum is always available. An extension of the tunnel that once served the passenger platforms will now connect the businesses of Union Station with the park and the commerce areas west of the rail lines. Leading off the plaza in front of Union Station and Douglas Avenue is a main staircase that pushes back into the old platform, exposing passers-by to the activities of the park. Bringing the regionalism of Kansas into the park will be cottonwood trees, prairie grasses, and sunflowers. Building upon the rail culture of the place will be a major advantage for the park, and the history of Wichita provides much opportunity to do so. In order to set the stage for these developments, we propose holding a series of events that will highlight the benefits of the changes we envision. A week-long festival is organized to focus the media and community's attention on Old Town, and the C9 site in particular. These events build on what is already very successful in Old Town and suggest what the next step could be. A complementary event to Riverfest, Old Town Week, is held in autumn. A variety of demographics will be targeted, including families, young adults, and active seniors. The events will be held in a number of locations and will include a mock-up of street improvements on Douglas, allowing pedestrians to cross, bike tours of Old Town, a block party held on Union Station platform, a car show, and a culinary festival where alleys are closed to vehicular traffic and a wine dinner is held. Through these activities, we hope the community will begin to see these sites as having a better purpose than parking lots, and Douglas not as a pedestrian barrier that it currently is, but as a connector.